Welcome back to another installment of the Late Night Podcast, episode 4. And a lot of y'all might be wondering, or not so many of y'all, because there's not that many out there who are watching the podcast, but I did miss an upload, because of technical difficulties. I apologize for that. See, the program that I was using at the time was more of a paid subscription type of program, where it was like you pay for the amount of audio time that you could have recorded and posted. Well, I wasn't going to pay for it, so I was using the free trial at the time. And the amount of time that you can use spanned over all your tracks, not just one track. I didn't know that. I thought it was a reliable source to use. I thought it was just going to be like missing some of the audio quality, but apparently not. So I had to figure out another way to do it, and good thing, luckily, I found another way to do it. So I'll be bringing y'all a podcast today, which is a Friday, which is unusual because I usually post them every Saturday, and then another one tomorrow, Saturday. So hopefully we'll be caught up. But the first topic I want to get into was I want to make maybe another separate podcast episode about this, but I want to talk about my game of the year and my album of the year, because I feel like those are both pretty good subjects in which I'm comfortable in, But for album of the year, I think I'm gonna go with Kevin Gates' new album and Dreamville's album. The Dreamville album is Return of the Dreamer, The Revenge of the Dreamer. My apologies. Revenge of the Dreamer 3. That one came out middle of summer, I believe, and so did the Kevin Gates one. So they already got a pretty good boost by that, because a lot of rappers are dropping their albums around summertime, because they're trying to get that summer song on the radio. Singles wise, I feel like the Dreamville one had a little bit of better singles, because since they did have J. Cole is one of the leaders of Dreamville, I feel that they did a good job on that part, because J. Cole had dropped Middle Child. Middle Child had a lot of radio play. It was played everywhere. Kevin Gates, he had a couple singles too that was out there, but they didn't really get that mainstream play. They still got a lot of plays from like a lot of the Kevin Gates fans, which is a lot. They do have millions on YouTube views and Spotify, I'm sure, but those being Walls Talking, Push It, and Facts, and other songs of that sort that I don't know if were singles or not. I don't think RBS Intro was a single, but that one has a pretty good amount of views too. But for singles wise, Kevin Gates is coming up a little under, like a little bit of an underdog right now, but J. Cole did only drop one track. Also plenty of other people who were on Dreamville, so you got to count them in too at the same time. So on the next topic of the album of the year, I think we should talk about consistency. I feel like this is where Kevin Gates' album really shines, because I feel like every song in there on that album was consistent. I feel like he did put a lot of effort in that project, because he hasn't dropped one in a while, and it was mostly just him. I don't think it was any features on there, actually, now that I think about it. There wasn't any features. And I feel like every song in there was actually a pretty good song. I could listen through it, and I'm just now becoming a little bit of a Kevin Gates fan. Standout songs, like Walls Talking, Facts, and the ones I just named, the singles. Those are obviously standout ones because they were singles. But other than that, there was RBS Intro. I feel like that's a really hyped up, high energy song. I personally liked it a lot. And then there's another song, Bags on there. That was a pretty dope song about his relationship life. And another one about his relationship life was Fatal Attractions. I feel like that was a pretty dope song too. All of them have their pros and cons. Like the J. Cole album, a lot of the songs were dope, but a lot of them were bad. But the ones that were dope, they were great. All of the ones that were dope were great songs, which was like half the album. That's half an album of great songs, great artists. J. Cole, great artist. J.I.D., great artist. Bass, a great artist. Sorry if I'm talking a little fast. I feel like I'm a little bit getting more comfortable with talking on the podcast. I feel like that's kind of messing up the flow. I might have to change the background music up a little bit, like boom. Y'all like that. But the thing I wanted to talk about was the game of the year, in my opinion. Now, game of the year, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of looking up on Google, and then we can debate about it. Cause personally, I don't really have one, to be honest. I haven't really been playing games this year, and I don't really know that many that came out this year, to be honest. Heard a lot about Anthem. I heard a lot of people didn't like that one. A game that I do know that came out was Borderlands 3, third installment in the series. So I really did hear a lot about that one, and it does look pretty fun to me, and I have heard from other people that it was pretty good. So that might be in there. I think I'm about to add that in there. So game of the year 2019, one of them will be Borderlands. I'm trying to figure out some of the other ones though, that is a little bit of bias. I am a fan of the Borderlands series and have been kind of waiting for it to come out. I was waiting for it a lot. That was one of the games I was actually interested in. Apex Legends, that's another good one that came out this year. Apex Legends came out of the blue, caught everyone by shock. Battle Royale game that can compete with Fortnite almost. I mean, not as much now, but when it did release, it was up there. A lot of people were saying it would be a game that would kill Fortnite. And as of now, Fortnite's kind of dying down a little bit. If a year ago you'd have told me that Fortnite would ever die down, I would totally not believe you. I mean, it was just a powerhouse of a game. It was like crushing through every obstacle in its way. Every game was getting overshadowed. Definitely a battle royale game, because even battle royale games that were up to the standard and had great graphics and stuff was getting beat out by this game that looks almost like a cartoon just because of the addicting gameplay. That's another good one that came out. Devil May Cry 5. I did not know they came out this year. Devil May Cry is a pretty fun game to me. I played the reboot. I heard a lot of people say it was bad, but I personally like that one. I played the original ones on the PS2 too. And what else? Mortal Kombat 11. I've been forgetting. I'm not caught up to date. I knew Mortal Kombat 11 came out, but that was a pretty great game. I knew a lot of people were complimenting that one, but a lot of people say that it was kind of a repeat of X, and you can't give Game of the Year to a repeat. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, that was the one that had a lot of hype around it. That one did have a lot of hype around it this year, and I do know of that. Call of Duty Modern Warfare came out. People saying Call of Duty Modern Warfare was one of the best Call of Duties this year. I think I'm gonna put that on the list. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is gonna be on the list too. Gears 5. Gears 5 doesn't look interesting. I don't know. That new character seems annoying. Super Mario Maker 2 came out this year. The Division 2. Call of Duty Mobile. Can you really put a mobile game on Game of the Year? It's definitely mobile Game of the Year. I'll give it that. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's a pretty good one. You go have to put that on there. So those would be my 3 games of the year so far. This podcast is kind of a little rushed, but we're coming around the 9-minute mark. This one's obviously finna be a little bit shorter because I'm gonna have to make 2 in a day, and I hope y'all can understand that at least a little bit. So I'm gonna have to leave it off there. Again, I am still offering studio time, $5 an hour. If anyone anyone around you is interested, let them know. All right, peace.